If you're looking to transform the back end of your 2021 or newer F-150 with factory bliss, when it comes to lighting, these Morimoto XB LED taillights with the black housing and the red lens will be a great way to do it. Now, these will be great for the F-150 owners who want that Raptor-inspired feel to their truck and to add that premium and more upscale appearance to their build, especially if you're a fan of the contrasted black and red design that these have to really make the rear end pop. Now, these won't just be a style piece, but these will also be great for the F-150 owners looking for that style in addition to keeping their factory bliss and getting some better lighting performance thanks to the full LED build. Now, as you can see, these are going to take a premium and more stealthy spin on the factory taillights with the red lens on the outer border and the black housing with the integrated bliss sensor right in the middle. Now, the border of this light here is not just going to include a red lens, but underneath it will be a bright red fiber optic style running light, which will make you incredibly noticeable on the street to other drivers, keeping you safe, and again, up the style factor with that premium appearance. Now, in the inner portion, above and below the bliss sensor, you'll see projector style lenses. They are going to be like a little mini projector style light bar for the brake light and a strip of white LEDs tucked in the center for the bright white reverse light, which is ultimately going to give you better rear end visibility when you are backing up at night. It will also include red inner and outer reflectors for some additional styling, but also to keep up to OE standards. Now, these will have a tough build to the light with an ABS plastic housing and a UV and impact resistant polycarbonate lens on the front for optimal strength on or off-road. Now, that's going to be helpful if you're taking your truck off-road with any branches or brush or any potential kick-up, while also maintaining a new appearance for years to come when even being subjected to the elements over time. Now, again, this is also going to be a full LED setup, which will be incredibly efficient compared to a factory halogen bulb, requiring no maintenance at all over time. These are also going to be DOT and SA approved, as well as completely plug and play, so you won't have to worry about any wiring or a complicated install. This will come with two included wiring harnesses. One is going to be for vehicles with factory bliss. Obviously, that bliss sensor will work, but if your vehicle does not have factory bliss, it does come with a wiring harness for there if you're simply looking for the look of these taillights. Because of the premium nature, these will be a bit more expensive at roughly $750. Now, I think if you're looking for high-end performance, that OE Plus look, and a full LED setup compared to other hybrid options, then the extra money is definitely worth it for this set. Not to mention, you will be able to install these and go rather than eventually having to maintenance an incandescent bulb over time, in addition to keeping that factory bliss in a premium set of taillights that's going to keep you safe and turn some heads while doing it. Installing these will be a 1 out of 3 on the difficulty meter and will take you about 1 hour to get the job done with some pretty basic hand tools. At this point, we can head over to the shop and check out a detailed breakdown of the install, so that's going to wrap it up for me. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet, a plastic pry tool, a T20 Torx socket, an 8mm socket, and some microfiber towels. What's up, guys? Today we're installing a set of taillights on our F-150, so let's get started. So to remove our taillights, we have two 8mm screws that we need to remove, and then we can pop our taillight out of place and disconnect our connectors. So now we can take an 8mm socket and remove our two bolts. And now with those removed, we can pull straight back on our taillight. And then we can push in on the tab to disconnect our connector. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. Now, before we install our new taillights, we're gonna have to swap over our BLIS module. So we need to remove the 4 T20 Torx screws on both of our taillights to gain access to that. So now we can grab our T20 Torx socket and remove all of our screws. Next, we can take a plastic pry tool to get behind this cover and pop it up. And we'll do the same thing on our new taillight. And now we can come back to our stock one and pop out our BLIS module. We need to push in these two clips and push the module forward. Now once we pop that off that bracket, we can push in on our tab to disconnect our connector. Now we can come over to our new taillight and plug in that connector. Press the red locking tab to lock it in. And then we'll slide this down into the 4 clips. Clip it into place. And then we can slide our cover back into place and reinstall our 4 Torx screws. And then we'll take our T20 Torx socket to tighten these down. And then you can do that same thing for your other taillight. So now we're ready to install our new taillight. An important thing to note before you throw this in is if you have 2 connectors coming off of your body harness, you're gonna have to use this adapter harness. You'll plug this connector into the resistor down here and the big black connector into the back of the taillight. We have the single connector on our truck, so we're just gonna be plugging this in to the back of the taillight. And now we can reinstall our 2 factory screws into the side. And then we'll take our 8mm socket and tighten these down. And then you can do that same thing on the other side. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Morimoto XB LED taillights with black housing and red lens for your 2021 and newer F-150 with factory BLIS taillights. Thank you for watching, and for all things F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.